You're going to love how soft and easy these little cakes are to make. They have a dreamy vanilla cream filling and a hidden strawberry center that's just delicious. Stick around and I'll show you exactly how to put this simple dessert together. In a large bowl, let's start with 1/3 cup or 75 grams of room temperature butter and 1/2 cup or 100 grams of granulated sugar. Whisk until it's creamy and looks a bit lighter in color. You can definitely use a hand mixer if you prefer, but you don't really need one. This recipe is designed to be very simple. Next, we'll add 1/4 cup or 60 grams of plain yogurt at room temperature, 1/2 cup or 120 grams of room temperature milk, and 1 teaspoon or 5 grams of vanilla extract. Give that a quick stir just until everything's combined. It might look a little curdled at this stage, but don't worry, that's totally normal. The batter will smooth out perfectly once we add the dry ingredients. Now let's sift in 1 cup or 120 grams of all-purpose flour, 1½ teaspoons or 6 grams of baking powder, and a pinch of salt. Gently fold everything with your whisk just until smooth. We want to be careful not to overmix here so our cake stays nice and fluffy. We're going to pour our batter into a square pan that's about 7 by 7 inches, lined with parchment paper. It's really important not to use a pan much larger than this, maybe up to 8 by 8 inches. Otherwise, the cake will be too thin to slice in half later. You can use the microwave for about 5 to 6 minutes, or a preheated oven at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 15 minutes. Always do the toothpick test since every oven is a bit different. If you go the microwave route like I did, the cake will look quite pale and white, while the oven will give it a golden color. Both ways work great. Let's lift the cake out using the parchment paper and move it to a wire rack. Once it's cool, flip it onto a board and peel off the paper. I like to trim the edges with a knife to get a perfect square. Make sure to save those cake scraps because we'll use them later. Now cut the cake into 16 small squares by making 4 rows and 4 columns. Then, carefully slice each little square in half so we have a top and a bottom piece ready for the filling. Combine 1/3 cup or 75 grams of room temperature butter in a bowl with 1/3 cup or 45 grams of sifted powdered sugar. Adding the sugar through a sieve helps keep everything smooth. Add 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract and beat it with a mixer until it's light and fluffy. Now add 1/2 cup or 113 grams of room temperature cream cheese and mix just until it's incorporated. Transfer the frosting to a piping bag. Take the bottom half of a cake square and pipe the cream around the edges to create a little border. I like to do 2 layers of cream to give it some height while leaving a hole in the center. Fill that center spot with strawberry jam and place the other cake half on top. Just keep going until all your little cakes are filled. Remember those cake scraps? Crumble them up in a bowl until you have fine crumbs. I like to press these crumbs into the exposed cream on the sides of the cakes to give them a pretty finish. It's optional though. You can also just use a small spatula to smooth the cream flat if you prefer. To make the drizzle, melt 1/2 cup or 75 grams of white chocolate in the microwave in 30-second intervals. Once it's smooth, stir in 1 tablespoon of room temperature milk. If it feels too thick, add 1/2 tablespoon of milk. I used 1½ tablespoons in total. You can also add a few drops of pink food coloring if you want a pop of color. Put the glaze into a small piping bag and drizzle it in a zigzag pattern over the cakes. Then top them with some colorful sprinkles. For a cute presentation, I used cupcake liners. I just pressed the sides with my thumb and pointer finger to turn the round shape into a square, so the cakes fit perfectly inside. These are best kept in the fridge for up to 3 days. If you enjoyed the recipe for these fluffy vanilla and strawberry cakes, please give the video a like and subscribe for more easy dessert ideas. See you next time!